Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, you have my attention now.
Yeah. Wait a second, please.
Speaking of attention. Okay. Shall we?
Mhm.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to a little podcast
Welcome.
called, I think, still called PlottInk.
Yeah, we still call it that.
Where we write our little stories, we talk our little shit, and you watch and listen, I guess.
Thank you
And
very
hopefully
much.
comment on all of that. So, as you know, last week we had the first episode of making up a story and making a team and everything. And we decided for this time of the year, we will do
Ooh.
something about witches. For the first chapter, Mina here. Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Tipsy.
I mean, I forgot.
This week, lovely Mina wrote us our first chapter. And, well, before we head into it, anything you want to share?
No, not really. I hope I did stick to the topic that we chose. I did stick to the topic, but the way...
I love the fact that we're doing a podcast, and every episode I ask you, would you like to share something with us? And you just go, no, not really.
No, not really. Nothing to share. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for being here. This was this episode, and yeah, thanks. I just hope I did write it in the style that I mentioned in the first episode. So let's see if I lived up to the expectation, I guess. I don't know.
Can you remind me what was it? You were?
I spoke about my wishes. And my wish was that we will write in a kind of Terry Pratchett style, and then I will maybe go a bit darker, but that's basically it. Something like that.
Okay, good. Okay, well, enjoy.
Enjoy. Earth is a truly wonderful home, with its meadows and waterfalls, with its summer breeze and birdsong, rich soil and all the water that provides life for humans as well as for the other beings. For almost a millennia, it gave me peace, comfort, and stability. I've lived in the mountains with their goats and trolls. I've lingered in the oceans with their whales and sirens. But I found most comfort in the woods, formidable but full of life, with their birds, squirrels, foxes and wolves and bears, and witches and nymphs, of course. Woods so deep and overgrown now that civilizations and generations forgot they once knew how to survive here. I was walking barefoot as always. Forests would never hurt me, I knew, so I never needed boots or weapons. I kept the forest safe and vital, and she took care of me in return. I could run with my eyes closed and never fall. How we got to this point is another tale, but I can tell you this much. If it wasn't for me, she would be in history books, and you would be asking your artificial intelligence what the real world looked like, and what scent was the air. Anyway, I was walking barefoot, minding my business, feeling the soft moss and rotten leaves under my feet, enjoying the rain, when a man appeared. A man! Ew. He was fishing at the well Forest gave me to drink from. Fishing! Bamboozled by the scene, I hid behind a tree. I couldn't believe my beautiful eyeballs. The audacity! But something else bothered me. He was no ordinary human. There was no feeling about him. I couldn't read anything from him, and while my thoughts tangled me deeply, he disappeared. Where the hell did it go? A white bunny gave me the answer, hopping softly in my direction. Above me an owl gave a soft warning, and I knew danger was approaching. I took a deep breath, untangling my thoughts and sharpening my senses. I could feel the emptiness he provided, if nothing else. "You can come out now," I said softly. "We won't be fighting today." "Oh, I beg to differ." An appealing but dangerous voice answered, followed by the godlike appearance. Behind me, magic was already happening, searching for the real impostor. I knew this scene was a hoax. "How very brave of you to come out. You must be serious in your intention to murder me." The god smiled like a tax collector who had just discovered a new category of income. "Murder," it repeated, rolling the word around its teeth as though pronunciation was optional. "Murder is such a small word. What we are doing here is larger, more systematic." Forest shivered. Trees leaned closer together in the sort of hush you get before someone announces very bad news at a family dinner. The moss beneath my feet whispered encouragements into my nerves. The owls, being owls, simply blinked as if to say, "Well, we told you so." The waste of space at the well flickered back into existence, deleting its copy near me. No smell, no thoughts, no soul. Just a waste. A shape where a person ought to be, as though reality had misfiled something important. He held in his hand a small cloth bundle that pulsed faintly, like a heart almost, with all the warmth taken out of it. Magic, meanwhile, was pacing through me and around me. It doesn't do subtle when it's nervous. Instead, it gesticulates, mutters, rages, and occasionally throws in thunderclaps. Right now it was sniffing around that bundle, and for the first time in a long while, I saw it flinch. The god cocked its head. "We tidy things up, we catalog them. It's not killing, you understand. Just removing the excess pieces until the world fits neatly in the box we've drawn for it." "You tidy things up," I repeated, tasting the words. It was the sort of word bureaucrats use before they burn down your house and hand you an insurance pamphlet. "You mean to flatten her, to turn mother into past." The roots under the soil stirred like snakes in their sleep. Wolves padded closer, their claws writing threatening poetry in the dirt. Even the rain, which normally minds its own business, decided it had better start falling harder. "You see," I said, my voice soft but carrying the weight of the woods, "we don't do preservation here. We do living." My being felt something cold in the woods, unnatural. "Who sent you here?" I asked. The godlike smiled wider, grinned, which was a very bad sign. Only gods smile like that when they are absolutely certain you're already in their trap. "Very well then." I matched his smile, showing my real face. I was unyielding as the earth trembled. A shadow crossed his face, and his grin flickered with insecurity. And that was all I needed.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hi, welcome.
I love it that you have noticed this every time we are coming back or starting a segment or whatever. I do a little turn. It's never just me looking welcome. It's always the situation of welcome back.
Like I was doing something, I was very busy on this side.
But yes, so I hope you liked it, people.
Yeah, I hope you liked it.
I did. I found it a bit different than your standard usual writing. There's a certain cynical note to it, and you know what I mean? It's the things like fishing, the annoyance, and this is something I often use with my. As with no false modesty, we know I'm allegedly good at character creating.
Yeah,
well,
you are.
as you've seen with Brenda recently. Uh,
That was quite good. Yeah.
the thing is, I think from my amateur, I love how when we talk about writing, I talk like I'm a fucking writer, but when we're talking about uh, judging it, then I'm amateur. I'm amateur at judging, but completely disregard that I'm amateur at writing as well. But yes, anyways, what I was gonna say is what I see in my works usually and feel is exactly that. I feel like that's how I give characters life. I find the things that would be annoying, the phrases we would say in our minds,
Mm,
instead of something being completely, you know, two dimensional in a way.
yeah. Um, I hope I did catch what I was going for. I don't know. I feel like I did. I feel like I did get that note, like Terry Pratchett does, like, somehow in a jokey way.
I was gonna
Some.
say explain a bit on that. I know you elaborated in the first episode, but elaborate a bit more what you mean by that. Not for me necessarily, I don't care that much, but for people watching that actually care about this.
Yeah, it's just that his way of writing is like something is understood. There is no need to explain everything. Like this is a
Okay.
normal thing. This is everyday occurrence, and this is normal to me or to the to the world that the characters live in, and this is how things happen. There is no need for me to explain anything further. This is how things happen, and this is it.
So
And you,
opposite of how we usually write,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
where it's like I will explain to you every single last fucking
Yeah,
detail.
to the last fucking detail. You need to know how
You're not
I
good enough
see
to
it.
imagine the things. You're not good enough to. Absolutely. The ego of a writer is something else, I do have to say.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about it. Well, tell us a bit about what inspired you other than Terry Pratchett, and
Um,
where did it come from? Where did the story come from, so to say?
I
You know
don't
what I
know.
meant to say.
I always wanted to write something that was kind of in the lack of better words, it has some kind of cottage lore or forest lore and stuff like that. I always wanted to have a witch that was not a typical witch that we see now on TVs or in the shows or
Yeah,
stuff like that. I just wanted somebody that's more primal. It's more connected to the nature. It's
I was laughing
older
about this.
because
Yeah,
we always see witches nowadays. We see witches, um, they're very modern in a way, and
yeah.
they're adapted to society and stuff like that. And I don't know, this witch would also be adapted to society if she wanted to, of course, but
I
that's
feel
not
like
who
she
she is.
was at a certain point when she lived
Yeah,
within
yeah.
society.
So I did want somebody who was more connected to the nature and doing things for Mother Earth and stuff like that. That was
I
like
was
the.
laughing about specifically about that because maybe 2 months ago or something like that,
Mhm.
I, we my roommate and I draw little pictures on the fridge.
Mhm.
Yeah, and at one stage I attempted to draw a dragon
Okay.
because it was horrendous. And the first thing she asked me was like, "Which type of dragon it is?" And she was completely serious, and I was like, "What do you mean? Which type of
It's my
dragon it is?
dragon.
North American? I don't know. Like, what is this? Do
Canadian
you know what I
dragon.
mean? Spanish oranges. I don't know what we're talking about." And then she was like, "No, listen, there's this dragon, there's this dragon, there's this type of dragon." I was like, "Oh, okay, you mean that? I get it now." So as soon as I started reading this, I laughed because I remember that because that is foreign to me. Dragons are not my thing. It is for her. It's her thing.
Hmm.
And as soon as I started reading this, I kind of understood her because the moment I opened it, I was like, "Oh, she's a nature witch. Okay, I know exactly who she is. I know where we're going." And I realized I have a classification for witches in the same way she has for dragons.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I feel like this was I don't know. If you're an old creature living in the world that, went further in a way, I don't know, with technology and stuff like that, I feel like you would already know that we are making a mistake in a way, and you would
Mhm.
want to be further from that. But you would also have the knowledge that you need to have to adapt to this world, but you just don't want to. You are already adapted to the world, not to the society. So I don't know.
But you will already have the experiences as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's not, yeah. Good. What I liked is I don't know how exactly. Like I don't have a specific line for that, but you managed to. I think it was the barefoot moment,
Hmm.
um, where I actually imagined the forest completely. I know exactly which forest it is. Not that we have the same forest in mind, but just
How do you know?
it.
We usually do.
Well, you and I probably do, yes. But you get what I'm saying. As in, somehow the forest got created immediately. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Especially when we got to the barefoot part. I did have a few let's call them corrections,
okay.
but that was more related to wording of sentences
Hmm.
because, and I've found this to be a great instrument, which doesn't necessarily mean that I use it, but I found it to be a great instrument for checking yourself.
Hmm.
Read it out loud.
Hmm. Yeah,
As
I
soon
did
as I
do that.
started reading out loud, so for example, it was the first sentence, second, pardon me, rich soil and all the water that provides life for humans as well as for the other beings. When you say it out loud, it's a bit clumpy.
Hmm. I get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things like that. But other than that, I've actually really liked this chapter because I did like her. There's a certain arrogance in her that I like. And I did love the forest. And I even loved the god. It kind of it reminded me a bit of one of the superhero movies. I think it was The Last Thor or something. I
Um,
don't know.
I kind of just wanted an old story, like an old
Yeah.
story that you tell to your kids. Kind of, kind of. It would be more innocent, I feel like, but
Mhm.
this was, yeah, this was basically the inspiration. The old witch, she should be, an ugly old witch with a, crooked
Hag.
nose and
Yeah.
a big, thingy and stuff
Yeah.
like that. She should
That's
be
what we
really
call a
ugly.
hag.
A
Yeah.
hag, yeah. And she would live in an old cottage with, that has legs and stuff like that. It would be ugly but beautiful in a way. So yeah, that was the inspiration. I don't know, old stories. I kind of miss it.
Baba Yaga's cottage.
Baba Yaga,
The
yeah.
cottage you're talking
Mm,
about is Baba Yaga's.
yeah.
But
So
oh,
that was the
that's
vibe
all
I was
great.
going for. Mm.
That's all great. But my question is more relates on everything, not just on her inspiration wise. As in, explain to me the whole god.
Ah,
That
the
that
god.
section because the witch I get, it's all clear.
Ah, okay.
I understand it in everything and the story wise and everything. The god is something that's not your usual, again, not your usual type of thing or instrument. That's why I'm asking, how did you come up and where did you come up with that?
Yeah, the thing is, I just wanted something annoying to put in the story, so I figured a man would do. And also,
I love how the story. I mean, every witch story immediately takes a feminist approach
that's how
and
it
point of view
goes.
to that without discussion. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, the guy was there
Maybe we
just
should have done that as a challenge. Written a witch story without the feminist aspect.
impossible. Impossible.
Possible.
Impossible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel there was nothing particular about this dude. I just wanted an enemy, and the guy seemed like a good, source material for that. He was I mean, he is beautiful in a way. That's why we call him God in the story. He's not really a god. She does not know who he is actually. She cannot feel his presence. Is what I
Hmm.
think described okay in the story, because he's not from this planet. He's not from here,
Hmm.
but he's also not a god. She's using these
Yeah.
words. I'm using the words that she uses to explain him. To not explain him, to what are the,
That's okay.
yeah,
Like
to
him,
give
yeah.
description of, because if you say someone is godlike, if you say someone is god, then you get the, you know, the heaviness in a way of
Yeah.
this person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you immediately, at least I do, you imagine somebody that is beautiful figure, you know, he has a presence that's kind of scary to you, because I think I
Hmm.
would be afraid of, you know, god, I guess. And yeah, that was basically it. It was not really that important. If I wanted a real enemy or somebody scary, I would probably write a woman.
Yeah. No,
So
you know
yeah.
what it is? He gives me a cross between three things.
Mm-hmm.
One being the one I mentioned with I believe it was Thor, and he became a god slayer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and this is just because it's in a forest and it involves a god killing.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Second thing it's giving me is now you probably don't remember American Horror Story Coven. They had well, and this is not unique to American Horror Story Coven. They had the witch hunters,
Mm-hmm.
so it partially gave me that, just general witch hunters. And then on third, it gave me, and I think that's where you most were aiming. It gave me, was it Time Authority
Huh?
from Loki?
From
From
what?
Loki.
Ah, from Loki.
Yeah, the TV show, the
I didn't.
officers of time variance. I
Ah,
think
okay.
that keep things in line, and any sort of anything that doesn't belong to a certain timeline is taken out, etc., etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which gives me a similar vibe here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where to put him exactly, so I didn't watch the
Uh,
Loki. But yeah, it was something that he's a celestial being. He's from outer
yeah,
space somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe another timeline altogether. I don't know. Um, but I did want somebody that is, you know, um, estranged,
hmm,
kind of. So he is a villain, not only to her, but you know, to all
as a
mankind. And
general, yeah.
yeah. Um, so that was like, yeah, I guess you could describe him as a keeper of a way, you know, in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
So I guess, yeah, that would be the correct way to describe him. But I wasn't really sure. I was kind of hoping that you will, you know, take his lore in the next chapter maybe, and just, you know, go through that. But
I have a few
that doesn't matter.
ideas.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
matter.
do have a few ideas. You did tie my hands a bit, which is okay, because
We are
good.
on.
We are on
We are
air.
on.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun one. I think I'm gonna have fun with where it might go.
Any ideas?
Uh, well, I'm definitely gonna do a fight scene. That's without discussion. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be a direct continuation, but there's gonna be a fight scene just because we haven't written a fight scene in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like this witch, so I do want to see where she goes. And I would love to give it sort of a. I would like to contrast you.
Ah, okay.
You made her nice, let's say, although there's a certain tone of undertone of scary.
Yeah, I think
But
we got who she is in a way.
yes,
Who
yes,
she
and
really
I
is. Yeah.
think I'm gonna play on that side, on the bit darker side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, and I think I might get you in problem.
Thank you very much.
Because
Much appreciated.
I might expand on the god and his
Oh, okay, nice.
whatever.
So he
Yeah,
did
I
pull
think I
you
might
in
go.
a way. You want
Oh no,
to
no,
share his
definitely,
story? Mm-hmm.
definitely. It's again that situation where I'm a bit sad that we have a limited space for it,
Mm.
because I feel like the lore, both her lore and the god, kinda, there's a lot there to be said,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't necessarily mean I will say it. I'm just saying there's a lot to be said there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I'm
Supporting.
looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I know where I'm gonna go. I know what I'm gonna do. I might go a bit dark, like I said, but we'll see how deep. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I'm
Good.
looking forward to the action. Actually, I did not want to describe the fight because it was
Yeah.
in my head. It was like we already know what happens here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was kind of decided. She's a powerful witch. There is nothing that could happen that is bad. So I guess we
But
will
he's a
see.
god. But
But
he's a god.
yeah,
So we'll see.
we will
We'll
see.
see.
Yeah.
But just her arrogance is enough to know that he's not a real threat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Good.
Good. Okay. Okay, people.
Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah. Please
Enjoy
share
the
your
story.
thoughts. Share your thoughts with us.
Absolutely. Like, comment, subscribe, sign your firstborn to us, and all of the
Yeah,
usual
you
terms and
can join. You can also join our Discord if you want, our community of two. So
sometimes one,
sometimes yeah, just
depending on
rambling.
my internet. Sometimes it's a community of one.
But we support when we get online. Yeah. Anyway. So click share and do your thing if you want to. Please. Thank you.
And don't forget, we mentioned this in the first episode. If you would like to be featured on one of our seasons and write a little story with us,
Yeah.
uh, contact us. Send us a message. Send us an email. Send us a pigeon. I don't know if you have crows that carry letters. I feed some to the church next to me so we can arrange a transport or something.
That would be pretty epic.
I mean, it will be one day. One day I'm gonna come with just.
Pretty fucking epic. It would be great. I wish we have an
But yes,
wish we would have an episode with crows.
well, we can make one. I can sit in the park. I don't care. My internet is as bad there as is bad here.
As we witnessed.
Absolutely. So yeah. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week and stay tuned.